I'm glad that they caught someone. I sort of feel like I don't know what to think of what the police work is at this moment because of the community tried to tell them we think it's a serial killer. We think that the cases are related. We think that that there's a possibility that it was all tied to like maybe one of the apps or something like that. That there has to be a link, and they assured us that there wasn't. And
they flat out they completely dismissed that notion. And what else did they do? They said the cases. They guaranteed us the cases weren't related. They guaranteed us there wasn't a serial killer around, and that's exactly what it turned out to be.
I guess for me personally, as a person of color, I guess the thing that kind of bugs me, we knew one of the victims, and Andrew, because we're clients at PWA, but it took him being missing for them to actually do something.
To take it seriously.
When in actuality there are several people of color, like Middle Eastern men, who are missing, and they sort of seem to like dismiss that. So it took someone who was white to be the catalyst for them to actually get up and go do their job. For those who are actually out and single and going out to the clubs and bars and stuff like that, I'm sure that they were afraid. I work in the nightlife, so I don't worry. I'm married. This is my husband, but for a lot of people, I'm sure that they were really nervous about, because you didn't know who it was, and then to find out that for some of these people now, since his name has been released, that we did know who. I mean, like they knew.
And it's a textbook thing with a serial killer, an older white male. Like that's 90% of serial killers.
How early were you guys raising that possibility with police? How early were you raising the possibility
when the first,
that it was a serial killer?
I think it was 3 men of color of Middle Eastern and South Asian descent went missing, I think, in 2011. Back then, everyone was thinking it was a serial killer.
Well, the police said yesterday, the detective said, if I remember, he said that he didn't want to call it a serial killer. That's something, a media distinction, and he didn't utter those words. What did you think of that?
Well, yeah, but he also told you could go ahead and say that. They don't want to say it, but we told them. Their liaison needs to work a little closer with the community. And they need to be a little more visible. If they want so badly to be a part of our parade and all of those things, then they have to actually work with us and be with us. It can't be a photo op. We're not a photo op.